Hey y'all, hey. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. It's really TT here. Y'all, we got your boy Hez and karate. I'm so excited. He is so excited. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I'm just gonna be prepared for him to be doing more jumping and stuff like that. But yes, so we got Raya. She's been in gymnastics for almost 2 years, and I was nervous at first, okay? So I'll just say that. If you're new here, I'm really TT. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's supposed to be my intro, but sometimes it just don't happen that way. Leave me a comment section. I will say hello. And yeah, that's what we're doing right here. So yes, we got Hezi into karate. I was a little afraid at first to put him into any type of physical activity of that strength at first initially because he was just so tiny. But Hezzy can hold his own, okay? He can hold his own. I am going to show y'all some little clips of when I took him for his, he did a trial and he really enjoyed himself. And the person there that was assisting him had asked me after he did his trial, he said, why do you want Hezekiah to be in karate martial arts? And I said, I want to put him in karate martial arts because it's discipline, structure. He's able to concentrate, focus, and interact with different folks. He's also learning a life skill as well too. My fear, because as of right now, he has delayed speech. He's been talking a little bit more. I'm able to understand him a little bit more. He's been trying to be more vocal as opposed to just pointing or pulling to show me what he wants. I feel like it's important for him to know, proper self-defense, but also is going to help him to think before he acts as well too. That's one thing I always tell my children, no matter how old they are, no matter how young they are, think before you act. Think before you act, and I don't know, like, it is my fear that somebody picks on my children. I know how that feels like. But nowadays, kids are even more ruthless, and I know I should not worry about that, just pray on it. But I'm sorry, I'm being realistic. I have a child who has a delay. He has a disability. He picks up on stuff really fast too. So that's what he does. He's really good at that. But also, I want him to enjoy. This is something for him. He has been so diligent with waiting almost 2 years in the bleachers with me while my daughter has been in gymnastics. And to finally be able to get him into something. I'm so excited. See, y'all, God be blessing me in my family. And I'm just so excited and so happy for that because not only did we get him into martial arts, we got him into another place where he can be social as well too, physical activity, another gym place. So when I tell y'all this has been a long journey for us with me not knowing what to do or how to support him because he has a lot of energy that he needs to burn. And at nighttime sometimes his energy goes to like 1,000 after he takes his bath, after we do our wind down, and he's like up just like jumping and running, and he has to get it out. I am going to invest in a trampoline for him, but also this is somewhere that maybe it'll help him to where he'll say, okay, if I be patient and I go a couple of days out of the week to karate in my gym place, I can burn my energy there. Now I am still gonna have to like support him, at home with burning out his energy and stuff like, but he is just hyperactive. And I know a good portion of that is because they always say, well, he's a boy. He's a boy. He's a boy. Yes, he is a boy. But also, if I'm trying to hold him to calm him down, he still has to get it out. So when I tell y'all again, God has blessed me and my children, and I'm just so happy because when this came through at a better time. Like, y'all know he's in school, he's in kindergarten, and he has a really great daycare place where he goes to. They're really great with him and with my daughter as well too. And things are just aligning in my life, and I'll say this all the time. I don't be knowing what to talk about to y'all, but I like being here. And sometimes I don't like cooking. Sometimes I don't want to do a haul. So, and sometimes I feel like, dang, like, what can I do? So, yeah, with that being said, my little baby got his little white jacket, y'all. I'm so excited. Look at his little karate jacket. Look at this little, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my God, his little karate. Look at this. I was like, oh Lord, it's white. It's going to get dirty real fast. So we did get him together. I think these are a little too long, but we did get him together. The instructor was like, you know, he said, just have him. He said, even if you don't sign him up tonight, just have him keep coming. We'll figure out something later. We'll figure out something. Don't worry about it. He said, your son seems to like to be here. Literally, as soon as we got in there, because I explained to my children as we were driving up, I was telling Lariah, because you know how other kids can be, I said, Lariah, this is specifically for Hezekiah. I said, Hezekiah has been patient for the past 2 years while you're in gymnastics, and it's his turn now. Now he's going to be going to 2 different types of locations for activities, and she's going to be in one. So hopefully later on down the road, I can put her into dance, because she really wants to dance. This stuff is so expensive. It really is. It's so expensive. But God is working it out for me. He really is working it out for me. And yeah, so we are definitely going to embrace this as well too. Now, you know, on social media we share our life where we can, and I don't share my life for anybody to feel sorry for me. I just share my life because I feel like it's important, something I like to do, and I want to be able to help out people, where I can. As you all know, I have been a single mother since forever. Don't get support from the father, and I feel like sometimes when you be asking God to reveal stuff to you so that you can continue to keep going on and going forward, he really does reveal stuff. And that's why I feel like you got to be very, 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 very specific in your prayer. On this particular other social media app, I'm not on there as often. I'm just not. I was on there quite often, maybe a year or two, but for the past 3, 4, 5 months, I have not been as diligent on there. Don't have time. It's the same song and dance on there, and I'm not really on there. Y'all, I opened up the app minding my own business, and I can tell y'all this is growth for me. This is growth for me, because if I would have seen this, I guess during the time when I was really going through it, when my hair was falling out, when I was really broke and wasn't able to really financially take care of my children, when I didn't have nobody to turn to but God, I don't know what I would have done. Y'all, I opened the app. Now, keep in mind, when I saw this, I felt a certain type of way. I was rather annoyed, and I became erupted with anger, but then I had to check myself. I opened the app, mind my own business, and you know how apps suggest friends to you, and it suggested a particular profile to me, and I was just like, I don't know this person. So usually I don't even click on the stuff like that. I just bypass it or ignore it. Y'all, I opened it, and who do I see on the app with somebody? I see my children's father. And okay, he's in a relationship. Okay, do your thing, because Khadijah don't need you. She don't want you, just don't. But this is not the part that really just ruffles my feathers to where I just can't understand it. The person he was in a relationship with, they just broke up. Mind you, I said I was not looking for this, because him and I, we're not friends on social media whatsoever, and it suggested that the lady's profile to me. We've never talked. I don't know this person, ain't got a number, nothing. Usually when social media apps suggest or recommend friends to you, usually it's because you had some other form of contact with them through either another app or by your phone number, right? Or some type of other association. That's fine that he was in a relationship, because like I said, we have not been in a relationship for years. I'm getting it together. It's taking me a second. For the past couple of years, y'all know he does not support our children. He doesn't take care of them financially, is not consistent with seeing them. I'm just going to say, this man was in a relationship the past couple of years and was taking care of this other lady's children, who's not his children. And one of the other children, one of the children in that bunch is special needs. When I seen that, it really like, when I saw that, I was like, sir, in my mind, you know your child needs support. You seen your son. The one time that you did see him, the last time you seen him, you saw, you know, the struggles that he's having or the delays that he's having, and you see the things that I'm doing to try to support him, and you know how bad I needed support, and you're sitting here taking care of another person's child who has special needs. Like I said, I've grown. I have grown. Because the other person that I may have been a couple years ago would have called, found a way to call, and it just wouldn't have been nice. And when I saw that, I had to like sit in it, and it was very uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. And it was funny after, because I called my cousin and I was like, cousin, guess what? And she was like, what? I told her what happened. She said, do we need to take a drive? She said, do we need to take a drive over there to go? I said, nope, it's not even worth it. I said, I don't know why God showed that to me. I don't know why he revealed that to me. I don't know why. He showed it to me because I guess it's very clear that their father is very capable of taking care of his responsibility. He just doesn't want to. Nobody's holding him accountable for it. But it's also very clear that he doesn't care. I mean, how much more clear can it be? Like, he doesn't, doesn't care to be present. And I think that was like it was a slight trigger for me, but it was not a long lasting trigger, because I was like, like, they're only going to be little for so long. Like, my oldest only got like really 10 more years with her before she's an adult. And with my son, a little bit more than 10. Like, they're getting older. Don't wait until they're older and then you try to come in their life. Like, who do you think you are? Like, when I tell y'all, I was like, Lord, I want to be mad and I want to punch somebody in the face. That's how I feel. But I said, you know what? It's not even worth it. It's not worth it because, it's just not. It's not worth it. I all that energy I had in wanting to be mad, within like maybe 5 minutes of just like talking it out, I was like, you know what? It's good. It's good. I've come through so much with being a parent, being a mom, just trying to make sure that I maintain my energy, level-headedness, making sure that I take care of myself, making sure that I do what's in the best interest for my children. And again, as I stated before, no contact has been the best contact for my children because of him being an inconsistent father, and not a provider. It's been financially hard as well too. It really has. However, God has always made a way, but it's just kind of like, what did I do to deserve this? I'm laughing because there was once a point in my a time in my life where I was so just, I was broken. And no matter how many times I kept a smile on my face, no matter how many times I just kept encouraging myself, I just was really mentally, physically, and emotionally going through it. And the only ones that was keeping me through it was my children and God. I feel like I can't talk to nobody. I feel like I probably would have looked stupid or dumb because I'm the one that made a decision to have my children, and I don't regret it at all. But I had to keep fighting just to make sure that I was staying here in the physical form to be here for my children. Like, I remember a couple years ago, I had a freaking meltdown. I broke all the way down. I was like, I don't want to be here no more. That's how I felt. It was so bad. Like, I didn't want to be here no more. My children, I had just came back from California, and the job that I had at that time, I hated it. I was stressed out. I had found, well, I knew that my son was special needs, but I didn't know what to do. I felt lost. I felt alone. And I literally dropped my children off to school and date. I think, were they? Yeah, I dropped them both off to school, out in school. And before I clocked into work, I had a real breakdown. And I said, Lord, I can't do this. I'm tired. I was still dealing with the trauma that I had, that I talked about it on my channel as well too. And I just felt like I was not worthy enough of being here on earth. And also, with being a mother, I felt like I was just like failing, like literally failing. And I felt like there was no more hope of me. But I kept fighting. And I kept saying I had to go through that breakdown. I had to release, because it was so many years of not allowing myself to cry, so many years of being strong, so many years of keeping it to myself, so many years of not acknowledging that I was hurt, so many years of just putting myself last and my feelings last. And this is kind of what happens, I was young when I met their father. I was 18 years old. And I realized that I've allowed him to consume so much energy out of me, even before I had children. So much energy from me to where I was not really living, and doing things that would make me happy. Yes, it made me happy to graduate from school. Yes, it made me happy to be around friends and stuff like that. But also, I had to do some work on myself. I had to really deal with deeper rooted issues, because when you say you don't want to be on this earth no more, it's something else you really got to deal with. I have my days, so I'm like, Lord, you got to hold me, because I don't know if I can do this. But to say that you physically, in a physical form, do not want to be on earth anymore. And like I said, at that point in my life, I was broke. I was working, but I was broke. But I've been broke before. I was broke. I felt like my life was just crumbling. Like I said, I had just moved back from Texas. The place that I was supposed to get, the lady wasn't answering my calls, and she just needed one signature. She had everything else she needed. And I was just like, I got these 2 kids I got to take care of. I got this job that I have, but things could be worse. I could be homeless. My parents, I moved in with my parents. I still went back to my church. They were so happy to see me. I had a job. Not too many people during the pandemic were able to maintain their jobs and work from home. I was looking at it from a different scope, because I was just so broken. Like, just moving, exhausting all of my funds, like my savings accounts and stuff like that. And just not, I felt like I was just losing it. And that's one thing about me. I would say up until right before, I think even after, when I was in Texas, maybe about 8 months to me being into Texas, I always was really good with money. I always had a savings account. I was able to go do whatever I needed to do. I was always able to to just go on a trip or something like that. And life had just hit me when I got into tech. I was like, told y'all before, like I didn't have no money. The daycare was more than what I was taking home for work, and I still had to pay my rent. Like, when I was in Texas, I'm like, and I had depleted my savings account, and to not be able to, I'm recovering now from that, but it's been years. And it's just like, to see someone who assisted with creating not one but two lives and doesn't care about their well-being, and then just to see, you know, what you see on social media is just like, well, why? Like, why? And then, of course, it's always because I don't want to be with you, you don't want to deal with your children. To me, that's just so crazy. But I feel like I'm never going to lie to my children. I'm always going to be age appropriate with them with conversations about their father. I'm never going to bash their father. I'll just let them see for themselves. And that's another reason why I have my channel. That's another reason why I talk about things, because when they get to a certain age, it's not so much of me bashing him, but for them to see, like, mommy does care. Mommy does love you. Mommy is doing like everything, you know, everything that she can do. Right now, my goal is to get myself back up to where I want to be financially. And I'm teaching my children about finances as well too. And I want to purchase us our home. I feel so bad. My daughter asks me all the time. She's like, can we move back into a house? Can we get movement to a home? Can we get, you know, she just asks for stuff like that. And I don't think she's very sharp. She understands a lot of things, but it's just like, it's also what she was used to as well too. And this, it's not saying I can't do it. I can do it. It's just some adjustments that I've been making and I need to make, you know, moving forward. So yeah, y'all, I feel like that was crazy. I feel like that was crazy. I feel like I don't know how to really explain. Like, I don't know how to explain, like, how am I supposed to feel when I see that? I don't know. Social media is something else, ain't it? Like, I don't know. Maybe the child really needed him at that time. I don't know. Is that, I'm being so selfless with this. I'm being so optimistic with that. It's so much negative stuff I can say. And it hits different when another child is involved. You know what I mean? And a child that's not your child. So here I am once again, putting myself and my children on the back burner to think about somebody else's child, which is, it's just human nature for me. But it's just like, at the end of the day, my kids matter too. I matter as well too. So yeah, I'm working on getting out of that mental state. I ain't all the way there 100%. I have my days, but instead of just saying sometimes I don't want to be here, I just say, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to be here for my children. Thank you for allowing me to be here for myself. Thank you for allowing me to be here to share my story with other people that may not want to continue to be here. Maybe this may reach someone that is contemplating doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Because I've attempted to do it. I have in my younger years. And God has always kept me. I've attempted to not be here. And God kept me. So, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of things like this, we don't ever, never really talk about. And I think about the damage that I've done to myself. And I'm trying to forgive myself. I haven't really 100% forgiven myself, but I'm trying to forgive myself. But also I'm trying to pour more love into myself as well too. So that when my children become older, they can see that, mommy does care about not only us, she cares about herself as well too. And that's one thing, even with my daughter. I talk to my daughter and my son as much as I can. I ask them how was school. you know, what happened at school, you know, if something happened, you know, bad or something good, what could you do to change it, or what is there something that you need to work on? My parents were always supportive, but my parents also had to work a lot, and I had a lot of time with myself and to myself growing up. I was also the oldest of my siblings, one of the oldest of my siblings, so I had to like really watch and monitor them as well too. And like I said, that's not bad because that was the norm back then. I feel like kids these days, they ain't watching nobody's kids. But I said it to say that there is no handbook to parenting. There is not. I just am grateful that I'm able to be more present with my children. I'm happy and excited because I get to share the experience of being a mother, and I get to talk to my parents now that I'm an adult. You know, while I'm a parent. I've only been a parent for seven and a half years, which is not that long. But again, there is no competition to parenting either, I feel. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I've already accepted the fact that this person will not be present, but I'm just like, Lord, why did you show this to me? Why did you show this to me? That ain't the Lord's work. That's the devil's work. I'm not putting that on the Lord. That's the devil's work. The devil's work. And yeah, I'm just going to continue to pray my strength. Pray for guidance. Pray for just always being mindful and also always doing the right thing. And I'm just praying for just peace and I just want peace and happiness. I want my children to be happy. I want my children to have a wonderful childhood. I don't know what this feels like. I've never experienced not having my father in my life. Never. And I don't want my children to experience not having their father in life, but I can't control that. The only thing that I can control is myself and making sure that I'm present for my children, present for myself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the little footage that I have for karate with Hezekiah. Mommy is always going to be there for you, Hezekiah, and mommy will always be there for you, Lariah. I love y'all both so much, and wherever life takes us, we are just going to enjoy the ride and have a wonderful time. So, Hezekiah, I hope that you enjoy your karate. Please don't break any lamps. But I want you to enjoy who you are and just enjoy all the jumps, all the yells, all the screams, and just enjoy this new adventure in your life. And Lariah, continue to enjoy gymnastics. And I hope and pray that when we do get you into dance classes, that you would embrace the opportunity and have fun and meet new people and just be just the best person that you both could be. Love, mommy.
There you go, young man. That's it. Don't use your leg. Don't use your leg. Don't spread your leg.